26, Ipe the Euthus, pros tus adelphus avtu, and Judah said to his brothers, and Judah was the one that the Messiah is to come through, Ti krisimon ean apokatinomen ton adelphon imon. What profit if we kill our brother? Ke kripsomen to ema avtu, and hide his blood. Kripsomen, cryptic is a derivative. Verse 27, Thevte apodhometha avton tis Ismaelites tutis. Come, let us give him to these Ishmaelites. They hires emon, and the hands of ours. Mi estosen epafton, let them not be upon him. Oti adelpho Simon, for he is our brother. Ke sarx Simon estin, he is of our flesh. Sarx, sarcophagus. Ikusan they, e adelphi avtu, and his brothers hearkened to him, hearkened to Jacob, Judah. In verse 28, Ke para porevonto e anthropi e madeinei empori, and the men came near, the Midianite merchants, and so they were from Ishmaelites from down in the Midian area, which was south along the Gulf of Aqaba. Empori, emporium, merchants. Emporium is a derivative. Ke axil kisan, and they drew out Ke anavivas anton Iosif ek tu laku, and hauled Joseph out from the well. Ke apedonto ton Iosif tis Ishmaelites, and the Ishmaelites rendered for Joseph, gave money. Ikosi chrison, 20 of gold pieces, as I added, pieces of gold. Chrison, a chrysanthemum flower, the golden flower. Ke katigagon ton Iosif, and they led Joseph is Aegypton, into Egypt. In verse 29, Anestrip they Reuven, epi ton lakon, and Reuben returned upon the well. Ke uk ora ton Iosif in tolako, and he did not see Joseph in the well. Ke vierixe ta imatia avtu, and he tore his clothes. When these people were upset, they ripped their clothes. Verse 30, Ke apestripse pros tus adelphus avtu, and he turned towards his brothers. Ke ipe, and said, To pedarion, uk estin, is not, the boy is not. Ego they, and I, pu porevso me eti. Where shall I go yet? And he's, oh no, worried. This is horrible. 31, Lavontas they ton hitona tu Iosif, and taking the garment of Joseph, esfaxan eriphon igon, they slew a kid of the goats. Ke emolinan ton hitona to imati, and they tainted the garment in the blood. They didn't have forensics in those days. All these forensics programs on TV, they would figure this out real quick. But they didn't have that, so they were able to fool their father. Ke apestilon ton hitona ton pihilon, and they sent the colored garment. Ke isinenken to patri avton, and they carried it to their father. Ke ipon said, Tuton evromen, this we found. Epignothi e hiton tu iu su estin iu. Do you recognize it if the garment is of your son or not? Ke epegno avton, and he recognized it. Ke ipe, and he said, Hiton tu iu mu esti, the garment is of my son. Therion poniron katefagan avton, a ferocious wild beast devoured him. Therion irpase ton Iosif, a wild beast seized Joseph. Verse 34. Vierixe the Yaakov ta imatia avtu, and Jacob tore his clothes, just like his son Judah. Ke apethento are Reuben, ke apethento sakon epi tin osfin avtu, and placed sackcloth upon his loin, like for underwear. And so they be in pain and all the time, no pleasure in mourning, was they took it serious. Ke apenthi ton ion aftu imeris polas, and mourned for his son many days. Not like a Irish wake where everybody gets drunk and it's as serious, putting this rough sackcloth on your skin and wearing this, mourning for many days. Verse 35, Sinik the son they Pontus ii aftu, ke e thigateres, and all his sons and daughters came together. Ke ilthon parakalese afton, and they came to comfort him. Ke uk ithele parakaliste, and he did not want to be comforted. Legon oti, saying that katavisome pros ton ion mu penthon is adu. I will go down to my son in mourning into Hades. Hades, first place was mentioned in the Hebrew, it's Sheol. Hades actually in the Greek was a person. It was Pluto in Greek mythology, going to Hades, going to Pluto. And he was the god of the netherworld, the abode of the shades, a terrible place where people didn't come out of. And so the Greek takes that word for the Hebrew word Sheol. And there's Tartarus also that's mentioned. Ke eklav sen afton o patir aftu, and his father wept for him. And then 36, ide madhi nei apedon to ton Iosif is Aegypton to petafri to spandon ti Pharao Archimagiro. And the Midianites gave Joseph into Egypt, to Potiphar, the castrato of Pharaoh, the chief guard. And it's not a eunuch, but it means a person that is a spado. He's been castrated. This is maybe one good reason why we see that later here Potiphar's wife is so animate to get Joseph in bed with her. And we will continue that story later, but first we diverge with the next chapter, chapter 38, with the story of Judah and Tamar, which happens after Joseph is in Egypt. And I hope you will join us in this next chapter, and God bless.